I don't know if you see this heading right here, but it says God is sick of black people.
3 were colored leaders, except for Stephen Harper of Canada. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, Syria. You get colored people. The white people of the world are in a position to be overthrown by the colored nation. Long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, at the leadership of this, can now actually overthrow the European nations.
Yeah, right.
And I can tell you that this is exactly what Obama is hoping for when he talks about global socialism, when he talks about taking from the rich and giving to the poor, when he talks about, he's not just talking about taking from Warren Buffett and giving to Frank Johnson or Jenny May or Shirley Robinson. He's talking about taking the nations, the leadership, the wealth of these nations from the rich white people and giving it to the poor of Colombia, Nicaragua, Peru, and Chile, Brazil, Cuba,
now listen to this. I'm fast forwarding it, boy.
Stop the defeat of all the white people of the planet. And the colored people have now united. We'll have to see what China and India says. But white people are on their way out. Now, I don't support that. That is not my desire. It is not glee you hear in my voice. I'm just telling you what I tried to tell you all of last year, 2008.
Sir, settle down. You have to go deliberate.
I don't need to deliberate. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here.
Well, I got something to say about that. I don't like that. But that's not where I caught him on. I caught this cat trying to find some knowledge for myself, see how black people and God can come together and make something happen. And he was talking some good game at first. I got to give it to him. This cat is very intelligent. He's very smart. He knows stuff. Not all the way, but he does know some stuff. You can't help it being a pastor for, say, 25 years. Black poor people are the most discriminated and worldwide repressed people I know of. You know, at least the Jews can hide themselves. I'm not talking bad about Jews. I love them, my brothers. But I just noticed some other stuff that this guy says. He says that Joyce Meyer should be spending her $60 million on poor people, go to the homeless shelters and feed them and do something besides sending that money right back into a $1 trillion economy. That sound all good, but then he go right back and say pretty much he doesn't care about poor people himself. So he's a hypocrite. And how you gonna tell Joyce Myers how to handle her money? Look like you do pimping on the internet.
Black liberation, black theology. All of these are curses. They are nothing more than specific demons that have gotten in the house, have crippled and broken down the men. The Black Panthers, the Black Muslims, the black culture, black liberation, black theology. All of these are curses. They are nothing more than specific demons.
Black people are
Cursed. Just look around you. That's why we in the ghettos. That's why we in jail. That's why we on UPN. Because God don't like us. You think if God wanted to change that, he couldn't? Hell, he turned water to wine. He could have changed UPN to CBN.
People are descended from Noah's son. One of Noah's sons is cursed. That's why black people is cursed. Okay, I give that to you. That might be true. But why you point out that saying in scripture in the Bible? Why you don't use this Bible here to look up stuff like Genesis 25, 23 through 26, and sit there and read about how Esau was cursed also. So why don't you talk about 2 Kings 5:25 through 27? Talk about what happened with Elisha and Gehazi. Talk about how Gehazi went behind Elisha's back and went to Nahum, the king, the guy that had the leprosy, to receive money from him, even though Elisha says he did not want to take that money. And talk to the people about what happened to that man and to his generational curse that came upon him. He became leprous with white skin and was told that all his family would follow through with that.
Michelle Obama is Jezebel, perhaps one of the more wicked women in the world, and came out the other day on that television program The View with that dress with all the shoulders and the chest showing with a big self. And you know, people, I hear these white folk talking about, isn't she a beautiful woman? Listen, you want to see a beautiful black woman, go get a picture of Lena Horne, get a picture of Felicia Rashad, get a picture of Halle Berry, or get a picture of Elizabeth Sarah Manning if you want to see a beautiful black woman. Michelle Obama looks like King Kong's baby sister. That woman's not beautiful.
Enjoy your smell, and I celebrate you in the name of white Jesus.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Look at that. That's a handsome young man, ain't it? Now, if God looked like Isaac Hayes, you think his son would look like this?
So,
You talk about how Miriam in Numbers, I don't know what scripture that is, I think it's Numbers 12, 9 through 12, where she tries to mess with Moses and get mad at him for being with a Cushite or a dark-skinned black woman, Zipporah. God cursed her, made her skin white with leprosy. How can your skin turn white unless you're a different color? Anyway, then we have the ultimate curse of Adam. Adam was cursed, his toil of the land. In Genesis, we know this. I don't even got to point to y'all the scripture. Anyway, there's plenty of curses and blessings throughout this Bible if you read it. But we got one thing that, if you're a Christian, rewinds all that, and that's in Galatians 3:13, where Christ purchased our freedom for us, and the curse of the law and its condemnation by himself becoming a curse for us. He hung on that tree. And it says curses everyone who hung on that tree. So we are redeemed through Christ. What I'm not going to say is just hard down here. What I'm going to say is that I am blessed, and I am rich, and I am prosperous, and no one can hold me down from doing what I and the Lord got set to do. And that's what everyone else in this America, as a black, white, Hispanic brothers, should be saying despite the obstacles. Because that's the only way that we going to come up, is by believing in ourselves. You hear me? So once we believe in ourselves and we cut this right here got to get stomped out. All brothers coming out like that, you ain't coming with the love in your heart, you ain't coming with love with what you say, you know, it needs to be something done about that. Everything that comes to your mind is what's supposed to spit out your mouth. Your tongue is like a fire and can set a whole forest ablaze. So make sure when you out there clowning on the internet, when them folks see it and drag somebody through the forest like in Jasper, Texas.
Is the black doll? And which one is the white doll? Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? And why is that doll pretty?
Because he's white and he has 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Like me?
Yeah, which one looks like you?